Yo, what's up guys, it's Noah. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have another team that I'm going to be playing Pokemon with. It's this team, and I believe this is the team that I should have brought to Players Cup 2. So as you guys know, I posted a couple videos on the channel before the Players Cup, or not the Players Cup 2, but the Players Cup 3. I posted a couple videos before the Players Cup, and I was using this Rotom, Tapu Fini, Moltres core. And I was using Kartana with it, which I think is still a good option. But I'm testing out Rillaboom today because the Rotom Will-O-Wisping GLASTRIER is really hard when Tapu Fini is your only terrain support. So I want to use Tapu Fini as support because I think it's a really good Pokemon, but I also want to be able to switch the terrain and Will-O-Wisp stuff with Rotom. Also on this team, as you can see, is a weakness policy Regice, which I think is a really good alternative to GLASTRIER as a Trick Room Sweeper, because GLASTRIER doesn't do a ton to Regice, and you can hit back with max Steel Spikes, which raises your defense, and also is super effective into opposing GLASTRIER. So I think this team is pretty cool. Yeah, let's just get into it. If you guys enjoy the content recently, leave a like and consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. Yeah, let's get the sound turned up a little bit on this. There we go. Yeah, if you guys enjoy, leave a like, and like I said, it doesn't cost anything. It's free to subscribe, and if you want to, you can always unsubscribe later. So yeah, let's look for a game here. Yeah. So my question before we kind of get into the battles today, what is your guys' favorite Pokemon type? Mine was definitely Psychic before Generation 6 came around and they added Fairy. And now I'm not sure. I really like both types. I'd still probably say Psychic, but Fairy is very close. And it just so happens that Gardevoir, my favorite Pokemon, is actually both types, so it kind of works out pretty well. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite type is. I'd love to hear it. And why? Because, you know, why not? Mine's Psychic because I like the mind power things, and I'm not really sure why I like Fairy. I just think it's really strong. But yeah, we have a game here against Angel. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's hopefully get into Master Ball tier today. So it's a Sun Core with Ninetales, Charizard, Venusaur, which is a little scary, but I really like Rotom against that kind of thing. I also like Tapu Fini because I can set up the Misty Terrain and stop Venusaur from sleep powdering stuff. But the problem is they can still sleep powder Rotom because it kind of hovers above the terrain. Same with Moltres. The Rotom looks really good here because it can lightning into Charizard and Lapras. I like Dusclops and Regice in the back here. I think that's going to be really strong. Because my Regice has Zap Cannon instead of Thunderbolt, because I couldn't find the Thunderbolt TR. Hopefully for the next video with this team, it will have Thunderbolt. But for now, it has Zap Cannon, so it's got a strong max lightning attack. It also has Ice Beam to hit the Venusaur. It also has Steel Spike to hit the Clef. I could just go Rillaboom Dusclops turn 1 and just lead Trick Room, but I don't know if that's the best option here. I really like Rotom here. I think I have to lead Rotom, but I also like Rotom Rillaboom. And faking out Nasty Plotting turn 1 looks really strong as well. As long as I don't lead Venusaur, in which case I could still fake out and max flare the Venusaur, and that wouldn't be a problem at all. I really like Dusclops and Regice in the back here. I think that's my best core. Moltres I don't really like because of Lapras, and I don't want to get sleep powdered. And Tapu Fini is really weak into Venusaur as well, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. Tapu Fini maybe was a good bring here, but Rillaboom and Rotom into this Sun Core is just really strong because of the max lightnings that it threatens, and if they bring Lapras, then I just Grassy Glide it, and then I'm in a really good spot. The Dusclops also has Brick Break with the... Okay, that's an interesting lead. The Dusclops has Brick Break with to activate the Regice's weakness policy, so I'm not too worried about if Lapras tries to set up screens either, which is why I brought Dusclops in the back. That's another reason why I thought it was very strong. Honestly, I'm really down to just Dynamax Rotom turn 1 and just go for Max Lightning. I really don't see the downside to that unless they try to put me to sleep. I could also alternatively just max lightning and fake out the Ninetales. I really don't want to get hypnosis by this Ninetales, but I feel like I'll probably die to a Charizard max max Airstream. Is it worth letting Rillaboom go down this early? Maybe. I just really don't want to get hypnosis here. I could alternatively just Thunderbolt and switch to Dusclops. I think that's actually a good play because I can always max Regice later. And I kind of want Rillaboom alive in this scenario. My guess is they might protect Charizard, but they also could just max Charizard and go for Wildfire. I don't think either play is particularly bad. It is Wide Lens. Yeah, it's gonna Hypnosis me. But that's also why I didn't max Rotom. I think getting Trick Room up here is a big plus if I can. They do just max Charizard with the Life Orb. I don't think it OHKOs Dusclops. My Dusclops is very, very specially bulky. I've used the same Dusclops pretty much for every series of Pokemon since I've started. It's super, super special bulky, but it dies to like Grassy Glide Rillaboom very easily, which is my only problem. I go for Heat Wave, not Hypnosis, so that's fine. That shouldn't do too much. Charizard goes from Airstream. That should be into Dusclops. Nice. Dusclops eats that very well, which is really, really nice. And I'm going to get a ton of damage off into this Charizard with Thunderbolt. I think I like going back out into Rillaboom here. That does so much damage. Huh. So I don't think I eat another Airstream, which is why I'm considering switching. I also don't want to get Hypnosis. I think I'm going to switch back into Rillaboom because I want to preserve Dusclops for later because I need to get Trick Room up and I need to have the Weakness Policy activated. So I'm going to sack Rillaboom here. And Thunderbolt the Charizard. They go for Heat Wave again. It connects on both, obviously, because of the Wide Lens. Rillaboom eats, which is really, really good. I'm going to eat Burns Rillaboom, but the Rillaboom should be going down this turn anyway. This should be Wildfire into Dusclops, which is now Rillaboom, and it is. That makes sense. But I'm going to KO a Thunderbolt, and my opponent's max is now gone. It's off the table. And my Rotom hasn't taken too much damage, actually. So Rotom is still a max option here. I almost wish I'd Nasty Plotted one of these turns. But it's not that big of a deal. I'm still in, I think, a decently commanding position here. Now the question is, do I want to bring in Dusclops and try to Trick Room? Or do I want to... I think that's the best play. I think I have to bring in Dusclops here because I don't want to bring in Regice. I think I Nasty Plot and Trick Room. Because, okay, they bring in Venusaur, which is not great. But we do get the item on Venusaur, which is nice. And we know it's not Wide Lens. It's Expert Velt Venusaur. Okay, that's not too bad. I really want to Overheat, actually, just into Venusaur. But I feel like Nasty Plotting is probably better. It's more... is it? I feel like it's probably not, actually. I feel like Overheating is probably my better play. And I'm going to Trick Room. Yeah, I might go down to Wildfire damage with Dusclops here, but... yeah, they connect on Heat Wave. I get my Berry off, which is really, really good. Yeah, maybe I should have just... the Energy Ball. Is that going to KO Dusclops? It is. Okay. I get my KO on Venusaur, hopefully, as long as this Overheat connects. Which it does. So Venusaur goes down. I can Nasty Plot back up. And now it's a 2v2 with my Dynamax still not over, which is really strong. And Ninetales can... like, Ninetales is obviously going to hit me for super effective here, but Regice has base 200 special defense and a weakness policy. So I don't think I'm in a terrible spot here at all. I definitely Nasty Plot with Rotom and then just hit whatever comes in. Yeah, I hit this Clefable with Steel Spike for sure. And I think Rotom with Nasty Plot should be able to solo this Ninetales in an endgame if it comes to that. This is definitely what I want to go for here. I could also just Protect and... Protect's not a bad move, actually. What do I lose by Protecting? I don't really lose anything, right? Because this Clef's not going to be doing any damage into me. Like, it's not going to be attacking Rotom here. It's probably just going to be going for Follow Me. So I'm just going to Protect. I don't want to take a Heat Wave yet, anyway. Yeah, Clefable goes for Follow Me. Perfect. So I don't waste a turn of max, and I get my Rotom's... Will-O-Wisp into Regice. Okay. I mean, I'm special, so I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to Nasty Plot and get my special attack back. So I'm back to neutral with Rotom. I think I think I have this one wrapped up. Regice is going to take fire damage, but it's not that bad because I get Grassy Recovery, and I'm maxing next turn anyway, so... How many turns of Sun are left? There can't be many, right? Okay, yeah, this is the last turn of Sun. And it's the last turn of Wildfire as well, which is good. I want a Thunderbolt. I want a Thunderbolt and Steel Spike. I don't see any reason not to. Actually, yeah, I'm going to Thunderbolt and Steel Spike. Yeah, there's no reason not to in this position. I mean, maybe Nasty Plotting again is better. I don't think Regice dies to a Heat Wave. Even in Sun, I don't think I die to it. Which is why I'm just going for an attack here. I might not even die to 2 once the Sun goes down. It depends on how bulky this Ninetales is and how much special attack it has. Ninetales just doesn't do that much damage when it's not specs. I forgot to put Dynamax Candy on my Regice. That could be the end of me here. That did nothing. Yeah, Regice can eat this. And I get my weakness policy, and now Rotom Thunderbolts, and what is Clef going for? I get my Thunderbolt. That's going to bring... Okay, yeah, that's a good chunk to Ninetales. Clef goes for Moonblast. That's not KOing Rotom. It's going to come close, though. Okay. Well done. I respect the play. But, yeah, there's no way that this Ninetales... That is a really bulky Clefable. Holy cow. Does Ninetales solo in this endgame? It's got a berry. This just got substantially trickier. I mean, the sun's not up anymore. I do get Grassy Terrain Recovery. I take Wildfire damage. That's the last turn, though. And I get my recovery. So, yeah, the Dynamax Candies might be the end of me here. I need to go do that in between games. I want to Thunderbolt the... I mean, I'm probably going to die either way here, right? What do I need? I need Ninetales Gone more. Max Hailstorm's not very effective in the Ninetales. Do I max Lightning? Because I think Clefable might protect here and force a 2v1 here in this endgame. I really need Ninetales Gone. I don't think this Ninetales has Protect, would be my guess. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt and max Lightning into the Ninetales. And Clefable does Protect. So I correctly called it that turn, which is really, really good for me because this might KO Rotom, but I get another attack off with Regice. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to take another attack with Regice if this doesn't KO Ninetales. That's the question here. Does this KO Ninetales? It's pretty weak. Okay, Max Lightning does KO. And that should be the game then, because I don't think this Clef has enough offense into my Regice here to to win the game. And I don't think it did, period. Like, it's I don't think even 2 Moonblasts from this range is KOing, so I think that was pretty safe as long as the Ninetales didn't protect there, and the Ninetales, like, it can't protect because it needs to do damage. Yeah, the Clef was never 2-hit KOing there, so this is a pretty guaranteed endgame, I think. Because if the Ninetales did protect, then Rotom doesn't go down, so yeah, that's that. That's game 1 with Regice. Yeah, pretty solid. Went according to plan. Regice got the weakness policy off. Not maybe the way we intended it, but the Sun Core was a bit annoying to deal with at the beginning of the game, but we got through it. Maybe I should have nasty plotted Rotom turn 1. That probably would have been a better play. But yeah, I'll be right back, and I will have I'll have Regice Dynamax Candied. I got to give him a couple of those, so I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I got Regice Dynamax Candied up. It actually had no Dynamax Candies on it at all. It was from a prior game, so yeah. I think if I had Dynamax Candies, I would have been in a significantly better spot because, yeah, it wouldn't have been nearly as close of an endgame there because Regice would have had a ton more HP to deal with Ninetales' Heat Waves. But yeah, Rotom is just really, really hard for Sun teams to deal with because it's got that immunity to ground with the Levitate. And it has electric typing, which deals with Charizard really well. It stops Venusaur from sleep powdering a lot of your team if it max lightnings. Okay, this is an interesting team. I mean, it looks a lot like a series, what was it, Series 6 team? Yeah, Series 6 team. It's got Mimikyu, Rotom Wash, Talonflame, Rillaboom. I mean, my own Rillaboom looks incredible here, right? Because it can stop the... What is this Mimikyu doing here? I mean, Rillaboom stops Milotic. It stops Talonflame from Tailwinding. Milotic, it stops Milotic in its tracks. It can knock off the Mimikyu. Well, I mean, it can do some damage into Mimikyu. And it Grassy Glides Urshifu. So yeah, like Rillaboom looks really strong here, but what do I want to pair with it is the question. I think Moltres looks pretty good here to Dynamax in this game because my opponent's only real answer to it is, I mean, I guess Mimikyu. Mimikyu's a little scary, right? Rotom Heat is not a bad option either. I think I want to lead Moltres here. The Mimikyu is not too frightening, quite frankly. And I think I can do enough damage with Rillaboom's Grassy Glides because I'm max HP, max attack, adamant. With 4 special defense and an assault vest, so I should be able to live a lot of stuff from most of this guy's team. I'm a little concerned about the Talonflame if he doesn't lead it, but that's why I'm leading Rillaboom, and I can U-turn out if I need to. What do I want to bring in the back here? I think Dusclops Regice also looks really good here. I think Dusclops Feeny is actually better because of the Urshifu. That's what I'm going to bring. I'm not bringing Regice here because the Rotom Wash kind of walls me, like, hard if I come up against that. I do have Rillaboom, so I don't think they'll bring Rotom Wash, but, like, they have to bring... I think they have to bring one of Rotom Wash and one of Rotom Wash or Milotic, but we'll see. It might just be the other 4. It's Urshifu plus Mimikyu to lead. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's not terrible. I think I just want to... Could this Mimikyu be going for Trick Room is the question. It might be. I mean, I have my Dusclops, so I can always reverse it if I want to. I want to fake out the Urshifu and go for Max Airstream. The only question is whether this is Detect Urshifu. Definitely could be. I mean, I can still Grassy Glide out on the next turn, right? I just really don't want to get hit by a good move here. So I'm going to fake out and Max Airstream. Because I get my speed boost next turn. And I think Max Airstream through Protect into Grassy Glide should KO Urshifu. And if not, it'll come really close. I'm very, very intrigued as to what this Mimikyu is going for, though. If it's Swords Dance Mimikyu, I could be in some serious trouble here. Like some serious, serious trouble. Although I suppose I just could go for Grassy Glide and Airstream on the next turn if it Swords Dances here. So it's not that big of an issue. I'm very scared of getting hit by a Fairy type move here. Okay, so they don't max and they don't detect. So this Urshifu is gone. And it wasn't max speed? What's going on here? I'm very, very confused. This Mimikyu has to be going for Trick Room, right? Like, that's the only logical explanation to what's happening here. It's Swords Dances, okay. I mean, it's a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little scary. But I have the speed advantage, and my Rillaboom can Grassy Glide to break the disguise from Moltres, which is not terrible. Rotom Wash is the switch in? Okay. I'm not worried about getting hit by a Rotom Wash here. I really want to Grassy Glide and Airstream. I'm more concerned about breaking the disguise on this Mimikyu, to be honest. They switch out Rotom. That's fine. I wasn't going into that slot anyways. They switch out into Rillaboom. So that's really ideal for me. Because I didn't target that slot at all. They max Mimikyu. This could get scary. Because Tapu Fini doesn't do that well into Mimikyu or Rotom for that matter. So yeah, I need to be very careful. I really wanted to break the disguise with Grassy Glide here. Swords Dance Mimikyu is terrifying, to be honest. I didn't even really think about it, but Grassy Glide, it's gonna break the disguise. Now I wonder if the disguise, does it still do the same amount of damage Dynamax, or does it do like half of what it normally should? It does half. Yo, that's really strong. Let's see how much Airstream does. I'm really hoping it brings it down to like 30%. I don't think that did enough damage, I'm going to be honest. And it's going to Starfall into my Moltres and kill it, which is really annoying. Because I also don't get my... I mean, I have Speed Boost, so like Grassy Glide is going to do some damage, but this is going to KO Moltres for sure. Yeah, so Moltres goes down, which is not... It's not great. I'll be honest. I think I bring in Dusclops here. And I think oh no, because then he can just... Oh, it's Life Orb Mimikyu, okay. Huh. I'm gonna go Feeny and Protect, I think, is the best play. Because then... Yeah, I think this is the best play. I'm gonna Grassy Glide into the Mimikyu and Protect. The only problem, I mean, he's going to hit me with Grass Move here with his Rillaboom, which is why I'm protecting here with Tapu Fini. But I don't know if I have enough to stop this Mimikyu, to be honest, unless this Grassy Glide KOs, which it does not. And they should Starfall into Rillaboom here. Oh, it's Starfall into Fini. Okay, I'm in a really good spot then. That does so much. That's through Protect. Oh, okay. That's still a ridiculous amount of damage. I almost died of Life Orb. Their Rillaboom's not going to... It U-turns into my Rillaboom. That's fine. I'm not really too concerned about that. Wow, that's got to be banded. That's a ton of damage. Holy cow. Okay. Well, I'm in a really good spot here, because now I just switch in Dusclops and go for Grassy Glide. Yeah. There's no reason not to. I actually... U-turn might be better here, actually. I think U-turn and switch is actually really strong. Yeah, I want to U-turn it because there's no way Rotom KOs me here, and even if they Max Guard and Thunderbolt, the only way this could go wrong is if they Nasty Plot. But even then, I get free Grassy Glides the next turn, so I think this is fairly safe, to be honest. Let's see if they Protect. Oh, it's Specs Rotom. Okay. They do Max Guard. Specs Rotom, does that KO me? Surely that doesn't KO my Rillaboom here. Surely Specs Rotom doesn't KO with Thunderbolt. Okay, that went to Dusclops. That's fine. I eat that. I can U-turn this turn. I make the same. I think I U-turn and Trick Room, actually. What's in the back? It's their Rillaboom, right? I want to get Fake Out pressure. Do I want to Pain Split the Rotom? I want Trick Room up, I think. Yeah, I want Trick Room up. Because if their Rillaboom is max speed, max attack with the Choice Band, then Shadow Sneak. That's a really good play. I rate that. That might win them the game, actually. It depends on who they target here with their Thunderbolt, but yeah, that's a really, really, really strong play. I was not considering that at all. I definitely go into Fini here. I mean, I have to. I'm just rapidly running out of HP. And they target down Dusclops. Oh no, they target down Fini. Okay, this is fine then, because now I can Pain Split with Dusclops, and I'm in a really strong spot. Because I can Grassy Glide into Rotom. And it Specs into Thunderbolt, which is not going to do too much now in this endgame. So yeah, so now I get Rillaboom back in. I have Fake Out pressure. I have Pain Split pressure. Yeah, I think this is... Yeah, this is really, really good for me here. I want to Fake Out their Rillaboom, I think. Because I don't think this KOs Rillaboom at this level, does it? I don't think it does. I definitely want to Fake Out something. Do I want to Fake Out something? I think I have to Fake Out their Rillaboom. Yeah. Oh, they're going to... Yeah, I have to Fake Out the Rillaboom because they could Grassy Glide otherwise into my Dusclops. So I'm going to... maybe I should have Pain Split into their Rillaboom there. I should have probably Faked Out or Pain Split into their... That did so much damage. That's got to be... Okay, that's crit, but that's got to be banded max speed. Pain Split comes out. I probably should have Pain Split into the Rillaboom here. That does a lot of damage. Specs Thunderbolt should be into Dusclops. That's not going to KO me, I don't think. Oh, it's in a Rillaboom, which does KO. That's a problem. I did not think that would KO. Well, let's see. Can Dusclops 2v1 here? I don't know. We know the Rotom has more than 50 HP, which is not ideal. And we know that their Rillaboom is most likely Choice Banded. So I don't think I can win this one. Yeah, that Mimikyu is really strong. I didn't think that it would do that much damage, but yeah. And Shadow Sneak was very, very nice. I didn't expect Shadow Sneak on there. This plus, what is this, knockoff? Yeah. So it wasn't banded. It might have still been banded. I wonder if we can look at their team afterwards. But yeah, I don't know if Tapu Fini was actually the best bring here in the back because it was really weak to Rillaboom and Rotom. What would have been better? I mean, I guess my two options were Regice or Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat would have... if it specs Rotom... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe... I think Regice actually would have been really good here because I could have Ice Beamed the Rillaboom and I would have taken the Rotom Specs' attacks very, very well, so... Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video today, leave a like, and there will be more battles with this team in the future because I really like this team. I just made it, like, today, and I really enjoy using it. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content and you want to see more in the future, then let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel for more stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.